Well, good morning. Let me just bring up my iPad here so I can see who's with us. Beautiful sunny morning here in Nottinghamshire in the UK. Let's see who we've got coming up. Ah, there we go. I can see now. Let me just make sure I've got the camera right. How are we all this lovely sunny morning? Well, not many of you. Oh, you're coming on board now. We're getting you there. I'm just trying to manipulate the camera in the right position so I can see you all. That's a bit better, isn't it? I think that's about right. Let me just move that up a little bit. So, I'll just wait a moment for everyone to come in. Do talk to me. I'm not seeing any messages on my iPad. I've changed. Oh, this is the weird thing. I've updated the software on my iPad and on the Facebook app, and I'm not seeing your messages on my iPad for some reason, which is very annoying because then I can't talk to you. I can only see them on the device that I'm on. Let me see if I can change that at all, because I want to talk to you. It's no good me not being able to talk to you, is it? I need to be able to see you and talk to you all. Let me see if it's coming up now. No, I'm not getting any of your messages. They're all up on the phone up here. Oh dear. This perhaps might not work. You see, I shouldn't update anything. It's terrible. I shouldn't update anything at all. So, I'm going to go on and see if I can do it on my phone because I want to be able to talk to you. And I can't see your comments. Let me see if I can see them on here. See, I've updated my phone as well. It's not good, is it? Do all these updates, you think you're doing the right thing. Not always possible. Let's see. No, I don't want to post. I'm finding it frustrating that I can't see you all or see your comments. Let me see if it'll come up this way. Oh, I can see them on my phone. Right, let's turn the volume down. Right, I can see you all on my phone now. I don't know why it's not happening on the iPad. I've downloaded the next, I don't know what they call it, software update up. So I've done that and I've upgraded my app, and now I can't see you when you're on there, which is a bit of a pain because it's right in front of me here. So I can read while I'm crafting, and now I can't. Heather saying, swipe to the left side and you should see comments. Swipe to the left. Ah, Heather, it's worked. Fantastic. Oh, where would I be without you, Heather? I had to swipe to the right, though, on mine. I had to go right. But, yes, fantastic. Oh, oh, no, they've gone again. Oh, they've gone again. Oh, now I can see them. I have to swipe from the bottom. Right, I can see you all now. I can see all the comments. You're all coming. Hello, hello, everybody. Hello. Dawn's in from Australia. I think we've got everybody here now. We've got Maxine. We've got Margaret. We've got Heather. We've got Carol. We've got Emma. Half term this week, Emma, isn't it? Dawn from Australia. Julie. Christine. Who else we got? Chris, Karen, Barbara. I think I'm getting there. Another Christine, Sherry, Jean, Jill. Lovely. I've got you all. Oh, normally, see, modern technology. This is the trouble. I've got an empty house today. My son's gone off for his golf lesson at York. My husband's just driven him to give him a bit of a break because he's been working. My daughter's working. House to myself, lovely and quiet, fantastic. So I'm here on my own, it's lovely and quiet, and I've just got the last lot of washing out. And Jean's, hang on, see, they're gone again. Where have they gone? Oh, hang on, Jean's saying she nearly didn't make it, had the car in for an MOT, and they'd only picked her up 10 minutes ago. Now, the trouble is, with this, they keep disappearing, Heather. Anyway, I'll just bear with me, and I'll scoot through on my phone as we go along, and I'll try and keep up with you all. But I'm glad you're here, Jean. You've made it. Now, you may have seen I put a couple of posts out today, purely just to see lockdown is starting to ease up here in the UK as of probably next week and a couple of weeks after. Morning, Michelle. So I'm wanting to see where people want to go with this and how I move this on and we continue or how we do it. So I did put a couple of posts out there for you to comment, and please do. Okay, but if you wait until the end of this class, I'll have a little quick chat with you and tell you some ideas that I've got. They fade in and out and swipe up a couple of times. Right, okay, Heather. Right, okay. Keep your fingers crossed, I can keep talking to you. So, this week we're doing page sketch 9, which is this one here. And this is the one with the really super deep pocket. Okay. Now, this works really well as a double page layout, as I explained. So, it works nicely as a double page layout with 2 big pockets. So, great if you've got an event. I missed those yesterday. We'll have a look. What have you missed yesterday? Hang on, I'm missing it. Oh, what's happened? What did you miss yesterday, Heather? Oh, what did you miss yesterday? Hi, Kerry. Kerry's in from Australia as well. So we've got Dawn and Kerry in from Australia. Anyway, let's do our scrap along. And then I'll catch up with you at the end. And my posts. I only put them up this morning, Heather. I wanted to put them up yesterday. I got carried away with paperwork on the computer and things. I went this morning to put a poll up on my Facebook page, but because I've updated the software and updated the apps, you can no longer put a poll up on Facebook, which I was very disappointed about. So what I did quickly is I just put a couple of posts saying, now that lockdown's easing, do you still want to carry on with the scrap-alongs on a Wednesday morning, and would you prefer them live or recorded? But what I'll do is I'll tell you at the end what I've got in my mind, and then because I want some feedback, because after all I'm doing this for you and this is all about you. Okay, so page sketch 9 today. So you've got your page sketch. I hope you've all downloaded your page sketch if you wanted to from my website. Okay, now as I said last week, if you had, if you were carrying on as a double page layout, okay, you would have your elements left from last week, okay, which I've got here, all right. However, I know some of you want to start from scratch and have it as a separate page layout. I think there's a couple of you. I think there's Jean, and I'm trying to think who the other one that said to me they wanted to do it separately. So what I'm going to do is say to you, if you've got your elements like I've got left over from last week, all well and good. If you haven't and you want to start again, this is what you're going to do. So you're going to get your trimmer and your piece of 12 by 12 cardstock, and this is where you could do this layout 8 and 9. You could do it as a double page layout, but you could also then do them as single page layouts, so they can come along later on in an album if you wished. You know, because sometimes you go to visit places or you have events, and yes, you do get lots of leaflets and invitations. You know, say if you've been to a wedding, you're going to have your invitation, your place setting. So these big pockets are great for putting anything like that in. So who's downloaded their page sketch? Give me a thumbs up if you have, because again, I want to see if that facility is working with people. I'll put my other phone out of the way because I think it's might be putting you off. It's putting me off a little bit. I'll put it there in front of me. Oh no, go away. Don't do that. Oh dear. Right, you've all downloaded. Lovely. So if you weren't carrying on from last week, okay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to get your main cardstock and you're going to do what we did last week, and you're going to gut in 3/4 of an inch on all 4 sides. Okay, so I'm going to do that with you. I hope you've all been enjoying this beautiful sunshine that we've been having here in the UK. It's been absolutely glorious. I think it's keeping us all sane in lockdown, definitely. So I'm gutting 3/4 of an inch all the way round. Now, I had Michelle got in touch with me, not Michelle that's on now, another Michelle, and another lady from the States got in touch with me, saying they've not got a printer, so they can't print the page sketch. Well, as you know, with this scrap along that I do, you don't necessarily need to have the page sketch, because I do everything with you in real time, giving you the measurements. So I'm hoping those couple of ladies, I did say to them today, if they wanted just to watch today, and you do know that obviously after this I pop it over on my YouTube and then I embed the video on my website, so you can actually scrap along with me at any time you like. But the idea of the scrap along live is that you can have a bit of fun with me. We can use what we got in our crafty stash, create some fantastic scrapbook layouts. I know some of you have been keeping my page sketches in your folders, and the ladies that do my scrapbook class at the end of each month, I know we've been going virtually over this time at the moment, but I know a lot of them keep them all in a folder as well, which is great. So the first piece you're going to do, if you're going to start this as a single page layout, is to, so Katie says she takes a screenshot of the photo and the sketch on her phone. That's a good idea, Katie. This is it. This is what I was trying to say to people. If you pop over to my website and you download the PDF and print it off, brilliant. If you don't have a printer, don't panic, because you can download it to a file on your computer. You can save it as an image, and you can either put it up on your phone or on your computer or anywhere you want to have it, so you can always go back as a reference. But the other thing as well is these videos are always there as a reference. So if you've only just found me and you're crafting along with me today, you know you can go back to page sketch 1 and start again with me. Okay, so if we're going single page layout, I know Jean and someone else, I can't remember who else was going to do single page. So you've gutted in a 3/4 of an inch on all your 4 sides. Okay, so you've got that element done, and then you've got that piece there. Okay, so then with this centerpiece, I'm not going to confuse you, we're going to leave that centerpiece for a minute, but I'm then going to, so I've got my piece from last week. Karen's doing a single, I know, and someone else got in touch with me on YouTube and said they're doing a single as well. I get confused, there's too many names. So this is my piece from last week, and then I've got my big sheet of 12 by 12. You know, I said you have another sheet of 12 by 12. So if you look at the page map, we need to cut this down to 11 inches by 11 inches. So we're going to trim that down now, and you've all gone very quiet, so I presume you're beavering away, cutting up your papers, which will be great. And again, don't throw these little bits away, because you know what I'm like, I use everything. Got to use it all. So we're doing this piece 11 by 11. Now, you'll have to also remind me of timings. I know we've got Australia in now. Am I right in thinking it's evening there? I could be wrong, but I'm sure it's evening there. Am I right in thinking evening? Dawn and, is it Kerry? It's Kerry, it's not Katie. Or is it Sherry? Right. So you're then going to stick this piece to this piece, but bear in mind you've only got a little element all the way round, so I go in with a fine bead of glue, but I'm actually going to use my paper from last week because I want it all matching. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a little bit of my collal because I've got some wiggle room on that. So Kerry's saying it's 7:45 Wednesday night there. Right. It's the evening dawn, right? Because this is another thing I'm thinking of. If we went for 10 o'clock in the morning instead of 10:30, I'm not quite sure how that would sit with people, but we'll have a chat at the end of this class and see what we do. But I think Wednesday morning is definitely the way to go. So Anne says it's looking good. Oh, Anne's only just found us. Not to worry, Anne. If you just want to join in with the chat, we do have a bit of a laugh here on a Wednesday morning. It's normally me chatting to you guys, but I share in and you all share comments together. So we do have a bit of a laugh. It's all done in real time. Morning, Maeve. How are you keeping? So it's all done in real time. Like all my videos, all my tutorials that you'll find over on my website, on YouTube. You know, lots of people that know me, it's all in real time. Because how can you learn if it's not? So, I'm just making sure that's straight. And I bet Jean and Julie will be standing up for this. I'm sitting down, so you can't see my head in the way. Though I have put another hair colour on. I got rid of the grey roots. I did put another hair. I've got one hair colour left from my hairdressers, and I'm thinking it's got to last till July. So I sort of watered it down a bit, and I've done half of it this time. And I've got half left just in case I can't get straight in at the hairdressers next time. So, but it's all right. My grey roots are gone. At least my roots are done, if nothing else. So, you got to that stage. Now, just bear with me for a minute. Give me a thumbs up if you're sticking down now and you've all got that bit all done. Just so I know we're all on the same bit. Are we all on the same bit? Yes, we're getting some thumbs up. Great, Heather's there. She's up with it. That's brilliant. That's great news. Right, so now for the next bit. Now, last week, I've had this left from my paper last week. And if you've just done this morning's, you're going to have this left. Okay. I have about, what did you say there, Kerry? I have about 1.5 inches of grey roots. Oh, Kerry, don't worry about it. Morning, Joe. How are you? So, poor Kerry. So you need to find a hair colour. Right. So, if you've done what you're starting as a single page, we've got Karen, we've got Jean. If you've got this bit, okay, so I've gutted that bit. If you've now got this bit, this is the people doing single page, you're going to cut this down to 9 inches square. Okay. So you're going to cut that down to your 9 inches square. And that's going to create your pocket. Okay. Now, if, however, you're like me and you're going to use your cardstock from last week, we now need to cut this down to 9 inches square. But we gutted that out to add on to last week's. So I'm measuring this up. So I need to cut this down. So I'm going to go in, I think, 1/2 inch. I think I need to go in 3/4 of an inch. So that's 1.5 inches. Let me lay it flat. It will be easier for me. So the measurement of the piece we've gutted out is 10.5. So if I take 3/4 of an inch off each side, that will bring that to, oh, I might go 1/2 inch. I'm going to go 1/2 inch to start with. So if you're using your piece from last week, cut 1/2 inch off from all the sides. All will come clear as why you need to cut 1/2 inch off. Because if you cut it all from one side, you're not going to have a very good pocket. Okay, so now we're cutting off this side. Now, also don't forget to upload your images over on my Dawn's Inspirations Facebook page. And if you go to photos on there, if you're new to this, Anne I think said she just found me this morning. If you go to photos and you look at the photo albums, I've created an album for each page sketch that we've done. So you can see the layouts that the crafters have been doing with us, which is brilliant. Right, that's coming up at 9.5, but I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to have this one at 9.5. Because I think that's fine for my layout. Although actually it might be a bit too big. No, I'm going to take it down. So actually we needed to trim off 3/4 of an inch. I did say that originally, didn't I? So now I'm cutting down 1/4. I hope I haven't lost any of you. Have I lost anybody? Shout out if I've lost you. Morning, Brenda's. Brenda's joined us as well. Jean saying hello to Joe, which is lovely. It's lovely to see you all saying hello to each other. So Anne says I'm saving my hair colour for a while to the end when I have to go out. In fact, that is one thing I did think about. I thought, I've got one hair colour left from the hairdressers. Do I save it until the last minute? And then the children kept moaning that it was looking a bit bad. So I just, I just went for it. So I sort of diluted it down and I've gone half and half. Oh, Barbara's got to go. Her sister's arrived for a catch-up. No worries at all, Barbara. You know you can catch up on the video later. It'll be over on my website and on the YouTube channel. And it'll still be here on Facebook as well. So you can catch up later. So if you're going with the colourway you got last time, that is going to be 9.5 by 9 inches by 9 inches. And if you're going with fresh paper as a single layout, you're going to have a solid pattern. So it's up to you if you fancy gutting, okay, if you fancy gutting to use it as photo mats for later or title, again, choice. Julie's saying for the first time she's full and ready prepared. So she's keeping up, but that's fact. Is this because, Julie, you're doing this as a double page like I have from last week? I think it is, because this layout is quite quick. So we've all got to that stage, or if you're going single page, you got to that stage, yes? Are we all ready for the next bit? So now I'm going to bring in that stripy paper I used last week. So again, I'm keeping everything the same. Okay, and this now needs to be cut. If you look at your page sketch, 8.5 by 8.5. So I'm bringing my trimmer back in. It's all gone very quiet this morning, you ladies and gentlemen. I'm a bit worried. You're all super quiet today. So your pattern paper is 8.5 by 8.5. Now, when I used this colourway last week, Jean, you said to me you didn't think it was going to work, but actually it did, didn't it? So I think you quite enjoyed that. So that's my 8.5 by 8.5. Okay, and that is then going to go on there. But this is going to be a pocket, so I'm not putting it, I'm not going to glue it onto there. I'm going to glue it onto my glass mat because I don't want it to make a mess. And in fact, I've got writing on here, so I ought to make sure the writing's the right way up. So again, we're going to stick this onto here. So another bead of glue, tiny little bead of glue all the way around. I perhaps should have used my tiny pot. However, I'm going for it. I've got one of those tiny pots with, you know, the pinprick top. I perhaps should have used that, but I haven't anyway. So Ellen says she's just watching today as she's... Oh, well, she's fitting it in around the doctors and hospital. I hope you're all right, Ellen. I hope all's all well and it's just sort of routine. I had to have my hospital appointment cancelled for my foot just before... Well, we were a month into lockdown, so I'm waiting to get my next appointment, but nothing's come through yet. And the trouble is I'm going to be back to square one by the time I get to see him. Now, you may notice as well, I haven't inked my edges, so if you want to ink your edges, you can. Emma says she's watching me on her TV Facebook watch. So you can only comment when you go back on the phone. So you're watching it on the big telly, Emma? My hands on the big telly, that's scary. That is really scary. I haven't tried this smartphone stuff with the smart TV yet. Is it easy? Oh, Ellen said she's hoping everything's okay and it's just what she's got, a condition she's got related. I do hope so, Ellen. Stay safe, my love. I tell you what, I'm going to send you love hearts. I'm sending love hearts to Ellen. So I hope all goes well today. I'm sure it will. Now, if I've got a little bit of glue that's come over the back here, so the nice thing about this Kalal is you can rub it off with your dry finger. Oh, Ellen, look, you've got all those beautiful, caring and loving hearts. We're all thinking of you. We're all here together. We're all in it together. That's what this is all about. So has everybody now got one of those and one of those? And they're all gutted and done. So, Julie, I want to see a thumbs up from you because you should have this all done now. So, give me thumbs up and hearts if you've got to that stage. And then we can move on to the next bit. Are we all at that stage? We've got yes, yes. Jolly good, jolly good. That's what I'm liking. Right. So, before I create my pocket, good, we're all there. See, this one's quite a simple one, really, but great because you can put so much in this. So before I stick this down, I'm going to add a little bit of the embellishment that I added on my last page, so I'm getting the theme going across. Now, you could just stick all this straight across because you're putting your pocket on the top. But if you want to be really frugal, okay, you can then just put a little bit on. So I think I'm going to be frugal today and just add a little bit. So let me trim this down. So I'm going to add, I'm not putting it all down, I'm being frugal. I'm just going to add a little piece here and a little piece on the end here. So I've cut roughly, so Teresa's saying, what kind of adhesive do you use? I've used tape runners in the past and I'm finding my pages are becoming apart. Right, I do understand that, Teresa, and I know sometimes if some of the ladies in the States have been in touch with me, particularly places that are quite humid, and it doesn't work. I use Collal All-Purpose because it's great if it seeps out. As you've seen, I've been able to wipe with my finger and get that out of the way. And when it sets like concrete. So this is the sort of thing I use on my mini books. I also use Tacky, same family, and that's a quick grab as well. And that's more, it's a white glue, but again, if you rub it with your finger when it's dry, you can get it off. And that's a quick dry. So that's a quicker grab. So they're the two I use. However, if you're using original photographs, these aren't acid free. Okay, so if you're using original photographs, Collal actually do a photograph glue. Okay, but I'm using digital prints. Carol says she's watching and she's waiting for a phone call. Oh, your granddaughter's at A&E. Oh, Carol, Oh, I do hope everything's okay. Oh, Carol, I do hope it's nothing serious and everything is okay. Right, more love hearts. More love hearts and care across for Carol's granddaughter. This is why, this is nice. We're here together. We can hopefully, I know you can't concentrate, but hopefully you might be able to just take your mind off it a little bit. Oh, Carol, I really do feel for you. Right. So I'll let you ladies finish just sending your love hearts to Carol, or Carol's granddaughter. Do keep us posted, Carol, if you hear anything. Now what you're going to do is to get this lined up. I've got my glass mat here with lines on. If you don't, what you can do is take your ruler, or a ruler. I've just put my ruler on the end line where the pattern paper is. Okay, and then I can line these up either side here. All right, and actually I'm going to take it just, I'm not going to have it on this side, I'm going to have it like that. So I'm just going to use a little piece of red liner because I'm using, it's like a thick, it's not lace, it's like a thick cord. I don't know, it's hard to describe really. I don't know how you describe it, but yes, it's not lace, and it's probably a bit like the cord I'm going to use, but it's all round into a pattern. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Carol Jean says give her a call later and let her know what's going on. Jean and Carol were sisters, if anybody's wondering. So yes, it is worrying times at the moment, definitely, for everybody. It's nice to see the number rate coming down here in the UK. And I'm hoping everyone is still keeping safe. Right, so I've peeled that off. So I'm going to stick that one on there. So I'm lining it up with my ruler. Oh, Carol says she swallowed a grip. Hopefully it comes out the other end. Oh! Still worrying though, Carol. I shouldn't laugh really. It is still worrying. Very worrying. I can remember when I worked at, before my previous life, before I had my children, I got married, I was a nursery nurse and I ran a private day nursery, and one of the children decided to stick a Lego man's hand up their nose, so I ended up in A&E. But we got the nose, the hand down from her nose. Joe's right. She said it looks like the stuff you trim lampshades with. You're absolutely right, Joe. And do you know what? The daft thing is, I've had this, I must have had this in my craft stash for about 10 years. And I don't think I ever used it. Look, I've still got the tape on the end. And I found quite a long strip of it. And I thought, never used it. It's been sat in my crafty stash all that time. So, great to be used. Jean, Carol's going to call you later. Not to worry. Right. So, we've done that bit. And to match it up with what I did last week, if I just bring last week's in to show you. So here I've used my lampshade trimming, I'm going to call it now. And then I've just put a little trim of that light stripy paper across. So I'm going to do exactly the same again. So where's my stripy paper gone? See, I can get away with this type of bit, can't I? But I won't. I'm going to use a long bit so I get the stripes matching. So I'm just going to cut a little strip of this, and then it all matches in nicely. And I'm going for probably about, only needs 1/4 inch, doesn't need much, but it just brings that colour in. And Jean, was it you that said to me last week when you saw my layout that you wouldn't have put these colours together? But they actually work really well together. And this paper I'm using here, this stripy bit, this is off, do you remember K&Co Blue Awning? That's off that paper collection. See, it's amazing what you find in your crafty stash when you're on lockdown. So that's what I'm using. So it's just very interesting, isn't it, what you've got tucked away. Who has enjoyed using what they've got at home? Joe says William's Joe's grandson. He put Lego up his nose a couple of weeks ago. Fortunately, Daddy managed to get it out. Well, that is good. That is good. This little girl at the nursery, she did in the end. She panicked a bit, and that's why, fortunately, the day nursery I ran was actually on the site of the hospital. So we just used to walk straight into A&E. So they were very good there. And, of course, the majority of the parents were either nurses or doctors. So they knew all the kids, so it was great. So, yeah, so she started to panic a bit, and that's why I took her over to A&E. But, yes, it is easier to come out. So, Carol, fingers crossed. It might mean an x-ray to see where it's going. Is it one of those long bobby pin grips, or is it a child's hair grip? Right, I'm peeling off the backing. I'm using red line tape because I'm on this like fabricy stuff. If you haven't got anything like this, and I bet you lot have all got ribbons of some description, and when I go back and look at your layouts after this, I just love it. And the photographs, some of you girls have had some fantastic photographs on your layouts, and I bet they've been sitting there on your phones or in your boxes that you've had printed for ages. And I'm struggling to get this off. Oh, red line tape, and it's so thin. Oh, got it. I think I've got it. Yes. So I'm going to stick that on there before it sticks to anything else. And then I'm going to trim, because I'm not wasting. Joe says it's very liberating to finally use up all the scraps from kits. Actually, Joe, you're absolutely right. Mo says she's doing. Now, Mo, you're new to scrapbooking, aren't you? You came in and you asked me how to get an album and all sorts. So you're new to scrapbooking, and from what I'm hearing, I think you're enjoying this new hobby. I'm doing pages as an excuse to get more crafts. Well, this is it, Mo. We're using all these scraps up, so when we get out of lockdown, we can all go shopping and buy loads more. Won't it be great? And we can say to our partners and husbands, well, we've used it all now, so we need more. So that's my two little odd bits. They might look a little bit odd, but they're absolutely fine. Jean says, yes, Dawn. It was me who said she thinks... It was Jean, wasn't it? Yeah, Jean said my colour collection last week, if I bring it in, she wouldn't have perhaps put this colour with the blues, but it does work well. It does make it pop, doesn't it? So it's quite interesting to see what you're doing here. Mo says she's loving it, and today she's got her sister watching too. So Mo's sister's watching. Oh, fantastic. And I know Jean's other sister in Italy watches. She doesn't scrapbook, but she comes in on a Wednesday morning and she joins us and watches, doesn't she, Jean? Which is lovely. So, great. I'm just trying to keep up with all the chat. Right, so I've done that little bit, and now I'm going to stick my pocket on. Now, I'm thinking about my words, because my words are quite big. My letters, all that, I might have to change my letters on that. Right, so I'm going to stick my pocket on next. So Jean suggests she does. She listens in from Italy, doesn't she? Carol's saying, what's Carol saying there? One of the mums had two in there and managed to get one out, but not the other. The other one slid down. I presume you're talking about stuff up their noses. Now, Katie had a sort out the other day, she's saying, and she found 20 scrapbook pattern paper pads. Katie, well, you need to do some more pages, I think, because we need to get them used up so you can go and buy some new. Now, I'm making my pocket now, so I'm only going to put double-sided tape on 3 sides. Now, I'm using double-sided tape for my pocket. This double-sided tape is very strong. And if you're here in the UK, you can pick this up from the works and it works out, I think you get 4 rolls for £1, and I tell you what, it is super strong. I use this on a lot of my albums. It's really good stuff. I'm surprised they've not cottoned on yet how good it is and put the price up, but it's really good double-sided. I'd say it's as strong as any red liner you've got, but not as fiddly to get the back off. So Joan, now Joan's commented. Now if you see Joan's comment here, Joan is Jean's sister. So she's put, hello Dawn, love this video. I know Joan, that you're Jean's sister from Italy, and I'll tell you what, it's fantastic that you join in with us every week, even though you don't scrapbook. I think it's absolutely marvellous. And to me, whatever keeps us sane here at the moment in this lockdown scenario is all the better. I've got some other ladies on YouTube that say they do the mini books, but they don't do big scrapbook pages, but they just watch it anyway because they love to listen to it. So why not? I'm actually using an old kit to do another page. Oh, right. Oh. There you go. Heather says hello, Joan. But Joan, you can read all the comments, can't you, while you're watching? So Carla says, me too. So it's great to see us chatting. I'm crafting while I'm chatting. I'm hoping you ladies and gentlemen are. So I'm just going to slightly offset this. Yeah, yes, Carol, I know she's your sister too. I'll tell you what, it's like family reunions here, isn't it? So Joan is Carol's and Jean's sister, because Carol and Jean are sisters. So Margaret, you should have Rosie doing this as well. So I've got my sticky bit on 3 sides. We ought to just have a chit chat, really, shouldn't we? And then I'm going to stick this on here, and I'm sticking mine slightly to one side because I want to use this part for my title. Okay, so I'm just going to use my bone folder to get that stuck down. Okay, so that is lovely. And then I'm going to pop my photos on. Now, who's cut the photos to size? Who's cut the photos to size? Is anybody? Has anybody? Right, we got, so Jean and Carol and Joan, you're all going to have a chat later, Jean says. So you're going to do a group message. Be nice if you do. Now, when you stick your photos... Heather says she's got her photos ready. That's great, Heather. This morning's going a bit like I did a meeting room with some of the ladies on a scrapbooking group, and it went a bit Pete-tonged, didn't it? Oh, Margaret. So Margaret's sister Rosie's been joining in with my other scrapbook class that I've been doing, a virtual one online. They pay for the kit and everything. And she says she's watching, but she's got no craft stash to work with yet. I know. I did send her a spare kit I had, though, Margaret. And she's done the first page. So I thought she's done really well. Considering, again, she doesn't scrapbook. Oh, hang on. There's lots coming up now. Mo says she's not using photos today, but all will be revealed. Oh, Mo, so I'm going to wait to see your layout when it comes through then. Oh, now Katie says she's used Snapfish Collage to do her photos. Oh, that's a good idea. Right, well, I'm going to stick my photos down now. Okay, so because these are reprints, I'm just using my Collage. If they were originals, as I said, I'd use photo glue. But because they're reprints, that's absolutely fine. All right. So that is great. And I've just gone a little bit over there. And the nice thing about using Collage glue, you can wiggle them around. So what I'm doing is I'm getting them all on quickly. And I'm only putting my glue, can you see, around the edge, not right up to the edge. Because then that way I've got that bit of wiggle room. Now you've all gone quiet. Have you all got your glue pots in hand? I'm hoping so. So it's like these photos. I've had these. This was my son's birthday last year for his 18th. So I haven't done anything with these pictures. So it's been great for me to finally, as you know, I've done a few layouts with this day out. So by the time I'm finished, I'll be more or less have his album done. Be great. Right, then when you could slide them about a bit with the Cal-Al glue. Then when you're happy, just get them all pressed down to where you want them to be. So I think I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And because it's a nice big pocket, you know, I told you I'd got my nice big leaflet. See, fits perfectly. Anybody think I made the layout to fit the pocket? But no, I didn't. I did the layout, I think it's last year, or it might even be the year before. Anyway, so we've got that going on. So now I'm going to do my title. So I picked for my title, I've actually picked today what I was going to do. I was going to do Pro Driver, because this was when he actually went out with a stunt driver. So the bloke driving the car, he didn't drive this car. The black one was a stunt driver. So he was the passenger, and he said it was absolutely amazing. Now, I was going to do Pro in my big letters, but I think they're going to be too big for my layout. And then I was going to do Driver down here. So I might have to change that. Or can I fit it all in? I don't think I can even here. Are people die cutting their letters today, or are we using stickers? Now there's an idea. You know those stickers I've used before? They might work for the Pro bit. I wonder if I've got the right letters. Look, have I got the right letters? P. Right, I haven't got an... Oh, that R's coloured. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do my Pro in these, and then die cut Driver. Drive. Right, I'm going off piste here, so I'm going to use some stickers. Anybody else using stickers? So I haven't got an O. So this is where you can be a bit adventurous with your stickers. And I think on a layout sometime we need to, let me just stick that there while I find my little scissors. I think we need to do a layout where we can use up these oddments of stickers, because who's got a box like I've got full of sticker sheets? Because I've got loads, and I've got some ideas of how we could use them up. So what I'll do is I've got a queue here, so I'm going to go round. See, never throw anything away. And then I'm going to cut round into that bit. How are we doing for time? All right, okay. And I'll have a little chat with you at the end as how we're going to move the class on for carrying on with Scrapathon. I put a couple of posts up to see what people wanted. Now I've got a P, so I've got a P for Pro. Jean knows what I'm going to do, because Jean did this on her layout as well, didn't you, Jean? We're going to make an R up. So I'm going to have that bit. And do you know what if you can do? Look, can you see the sticker sheet where I've got an R? So I coloured that one because I couldn't use it. What you could do is put your P in, so you know what little piece you need. And then I'm having a look at my letters as to what I could use. I think I'm going to go with that K. The end of the K. So this is where, because that's the trouble with sticker sheets, there's never enough of the letters that you actually need, are there? So sometimes it's quite nice to adapt, and you can, and don't be afraid to. So this is going to be my R. So I'm looking at it and I need to cut it down a little bit. And then that can come over the top. Yes, that's going to work. Right, I've got stickers now for the first bit, and then I'll die cut the rest. Hey! That's made my day. I was going to put my big letters on. It's not going to work. Right, so I'm going to put along here. I'm going to go up a bit in case I have any tags coming out with photographs. Because we did those tag photographs last week, didn't we? And you can do those again. Now, I've just got to make sure I've got it straight. I should be standing up, really, shouldn't I? And I'm not. But anyway. Because you don't want to see my big head in the way, do you? Jean says, oh, she's used the K as well. Oh, Jean, you do the same as me. It's great, isn't it? I don't like to be defeated that I haven't got the right letters. Sorry my hands are in the way. I'm just trying to get it all looking straight. Oh, look. That's looking good. You'd never know. This is why I like to see your layouts afterwards. So please, please do share them. Because what I do is I put them on an album on my Facebook page. So you can go to photos and you'll see there's albums created of each week's scrap along. Well, I think that's quite good. So now I need to put just a drive down here. So I've got my letters. Now, I'll tell you what, if I left, not got, oh, the E's hiding. I've got E. Now I think I'm going to die cut that. Have I got any of the blue left? Oh yeah, look, I've got some scrap of blue left from last week where I was gutting. See, be proud of me. So, I'm just going to cut a piece of that off there. I've got a bit of a mess going on here, ladies and gentlemen. Not very good this morning. Right, so I'm going to put this on here. I don't know about anybody else, but I come in here and I shut the door and I craft and talk to myself. Well, I'm talking to you, so I'm not talking to myself. My family think I've lost the plot, but there we go. And I just lose myself, and it's nice just to switch off from the news and whatever else is going on. And I know the weather's been beautiful, but you can't sit in the garden all day long. So it is nice to do something. Then you can say, well, I have been very productive today. I have done quite a bit. So I'm going to pop those through my little go. I've got a little Gemini go here. So let's get that switched on. In fact, I might take those into place just so they don't disappear anywhere and slide off, because they just fit perfectly. And I might even double, like do a drop shadow. What we're thinking, should I do a drop shadow with a bit of pattern paper as well? What we're thinking. Julie says I can. You can what, Julie? Give me a clue. Give me a clue. I'll tell you what, after I've, when I copy this video to put over onto my YouTube channel and I read your comments, I do chuckle to myself. It just reminds me of the fun we've had. Katie says her photos are all about grommet bottoms today. Now, you did grommet last week, didn't you? So you're doing yours as a double page layout. Dawn's saying, yes, they have been good. Sitting in the sun all day. Oh, you could sit in the sun all day, Julie. I know, you're disgustingly brown. Yes. But it is nice to do just something for an hour, isn't it? I must say, the last few nights I've had trouble sleeping. And I went for a little walk yesterday. So, I've only been, that's only the second time I've been out for a walk since lockdown. I tend to just go and get my click and collect. Go and pick up my prescription, and that's it. I don't go anywhere. But I did go for a little walk yesterday, which was nice because I met some of the neighbours down the road. So by the time I got walking, I'd lost an hour. So, yeah, Katie says she's doing a double. Yes, because you did. Oh, now Katie says her grommet pictures were from 7 years ago. See, this is it. This is where it's been great to actually get all these pictures scrapbooked. And isn't it? It's been quick, isn't it? So, am I going to go double drop shadow, or do I just leave it? I might try it drop shadow, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to use a bit of this, and I'm going to pick out that greeny colour. Who else is die cutting letters, or are you all using stickers? Anyone else die cutting letters? I had a horrible thought then. I spelt drive wrong. That's the trouble with seeing it long ways instead of the other way round. Right. Now, because mine's a masculine layout, I'm not going to put any flowers on. I do put flowers sometimes on masculine layouts, but I'm not going to today. Don't stickers. Mo's die cutting. Good. Great. Mo's die cutting. Don't stickers. What, you don't do stickers, Heather? Well, you haven't got any stickers. Right, I'm going to try drop shadow, I think, on this. Now, do you remember last week we did that little rosette? I might add just another little rosette in this corner to balance it out. And I've got a couple of keys, which I put somewhere really safe. Oh, they're in my box. Oh, no, there's one. Oh, I've only found one key. One key. Sorry, Diddy stickers. Oh, Diddy stickers. You got stickers in your kit for this month as well, haven't you, from me? Hi, Jules. Jules is... Oh, Jules, are you joining us on a Wednesday now? That's fantastic. Do share your layouts, please. Jules, she's from... Oh, you're from Nottinghamshire as well, aren't you, Jules? Right, Jules has got... Ellen's got to go. Good luck, Ellen, and we will see you next week. You will. When you get back, watch the end of the video, and then you'll have a bit of in mind of what I'm planning on doing next week. Okay? All right, but take care. Keep positive, and we're all there with you. Okay? Lots of love. I'm going to send you big hearts and some nice caring faces. Right, so I'm getting all these out of here. Now, I had 2 keys and I've lost one. So that's no good, is it? Never mind. Mansfield. Yeah, Jules is from Mansfield. So it's nice to do a bit of scrap. You like scrapbooking, don't you, Jules? So, oh, I have got 2 keys. I thought I had 2. My brain this morning. Now, I am thinking I might just drop... Oh, yeah, I think it just needs it, doesn't it? It needs just a little bit of a drop shadow going on there. Right, so let me find my tweezers. So Jules is hoping to do some more scrap-alongs once she's got her phone. No problem at all, Jules. We're here. And the thing is, if you've missed any of these past ones and the page sketches... You can pop over to my website on the scrapbooking section. You can go to my YouTube channel to Facebook Lives, and you'll see them there as well. So you can still craft along even if you miss the class. That's the nice thing about it. And I think some of the ladies that are watching now, what they do is they watch first time round and have a laugh with us all, and then they scrapbook afterwards. Because some people prefer scrapbook in the evening. Yes, it's a nice day today, so it might suit you to do that. And this is the beauty of it all. This is the love of it all. She's already done that. Great, Jules. That's fantastic news. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop shadow. So I'm going to start here. So I'm going to stick my back shadow on first. Normally I'd put them together and then stick them down. Right, oh. That's no good. That's got... Now I can see why Jean and Julie like to stand up. It would help, wouldn't it? I'm going to go quiet now while I stick these on because I want them straight. Oh yes, Jules says she's normally doing homeschooling. Yes, well, Emma, homeschooling as well, and Jenny. There's quite a few ladies homeschooling. So yes, it's half term here in the UK, so you haven't got to do homeschooling. And of course some schools may be opening their doors next week for limited classes. So so Anne said she nearly lost us and wasn't sure what paper to use. It might be acid free. I've got a few photos that have gone orange. Right. Right, now that is a good point to bring up actually, Anne. I was thinking of doing some little technique videos to sort of help you with things like that. If any of you have got your albums, your photographs, sorry, you know in those albums where you'd stick them on the back and put the cling film over the top, yeah, they ruin your photographs because they're not acid free. And Anne's right, you'll have that yellowing round the corner. If you've got your photos in albums like that, get them out. Please, please do get them out because they will ruin your originals. Now, my original extra wedding pictures that people took and honeymoon pictures are all in albums like that. And last year I got them out and I started at the retreat and I'm re-scrapbooking them into proper albums so they're not going to have that effect happening to them. Now, if they're in albums that have got that sticky back and they're stuck, don't pull and tear them. If you put a warm hairdryer on, it helps the glue to loosen, and then that way you can take your photos out a lot easier. Okay. Oh, my daughter's watching. Hello, Lauren. She's watching. She's working at Tesco, so she's obviously on her lunch break. So she's tuned in to say hi. So hello to my dear daughter Lauren. So she finished uni now, so she's just working part-time at the moment. That's good though. So can you see what I'm doing, Lauren? I'm doing Callum's birthday scrapping. I'm catching up finally. I've got a couple of keys here and I've got my twine. So I'm going to pootle along and get these done. So one of these I'm going to stick through here and do a bow. I'm going to do a bow on this one. But yes, I have got shoe boxes full of photos because I take advantage. Here in the UK we've got free prints, which is probably the same as Snapfish. Am I right in thinking that you get so many free ones and just pay for your postage? Yeah. Yes, and try the hairdryer trick. It does help. Don't tear them off. Don't pull them off. Yeah. And Heather's saying she's looking at photographs at 5 years old. Yeah, exactly. Well, my honeymoon pictures are a lot older. On Monday, my husband and I are celebrating 24 years of marriage. So you can tell how old they've been in albums, can't you? So, Lauren, all the ladies are saying hi. I hope you can see the comments. Right, so I'm doing a bow on that one, which I'm going to stick up here. And I'm just going to tear, just with my thumbnail, just tear the corners there. So I'm going to pop that one up there. And then I'm thinking I might do another little rosette down here to put another bow on here. So yeah. Jules says Snapfish have lots of offers too. Right. So, Snapfish are cheaper. Are they cheaper, Emma? What's their postage? Do tell us. Do you know? But you still use both. Right. So, Snapfish are cheaper. So, there you go, ladies. I'll have to have a look into that, Emma. Right. Is it the same? You get lots of free prints first? Right, Katie says Snapfish are better because it warns you if the photos aren't the right size or if they're blurry. Actually, free print do that as well. They let you know if it's not right. Oh, so Emma says Snapfish, it's $3.29 postage for 50 pictures. So that's 5 more pictures than free print. and cheaper postage. Or I might have to give that a go. You have to sign into an account on Snapfish and you get 50 prints. Right, I might have to do a little bit of research. You know what, Julie? I can sit in the garden this afternoon and do a bit of research, couldn't I? There you go, you see? You find out lots of information on here. Right, I've done an extra little key with a bow. And I'm going to do another little rosette to go down here. So, how are we all doing? Are we all on our little final little bits of embellishments now? I'm trying to find my heat gun, to plug my heat gun in. Oh, it's there. Not my heat gun, my glue gun. Brain. Oh dear. Right, so I'm going to get another glue stick out ready. Right, so I'm going to do a little rosette. Are you ladies doing other embellishments? Because we're now at the embellishment stage, so we are coming towards the end. Because it's just me waffling on while I'm making an embellishment, but there we go. You're all used to me waffling on. Right, so to do a little rosette, I might make it a little bit smaller. Actually, no, I might leave it the same. And I'm going to go for that same colour, Jean. In fact, no, let's have a bit of stripe. So I'm going to go just under 1 inch this time. Oh no, let's go 1 inch. My daughter's probably sitting there laughing her head off saying, Mum, you're so indecisive. That's exactly what my husband would say. So I've cut a strip that's 1 inch by 12 inch. And I need my scoreboard that I put away. So I'll have to find that. And I'll have to find the score tool as well. Because I wasn't going to do a rosette today. So there you go. See, that's the nice thing about this. You can just please yourself. So I need my little circle. And I think I'm going to use a bit of that navy for the top. And I'll use a bit of black, I think I've got for the bottom. Well, actually, I do navy both sides, doesn't matter. Right, so I've cut 2 of my circles. Whoop. It's all right, my glue gun's just gone everywhere. So, let's pop this up here. So while I'm scoring, I'm going to chat to you all about what I've got in my mind for next week. Now, I did put a couple of posts on Facebook today because I've updated everything and you now can't create a poll on Facebook, which is a bit of a pain. So, I'm looking at the Scrap-alongs live moving forward. So, my plan is, obviously the page sketches I introduced because these go with a class I teach at the end of the month, even though the ladies are on page sketch 29 now, but they pay for that class. They pay for the class, they pay for the kit, you know, and the hall and everything else, and it's done as a 3-hour class. So I do feel a bit bad about doing all this free when they're paying for theirs. However, I did say while lockdown was on that I would continue to do it, on which I am. So I've done 9 weeks now using the page sketches, but I'm now thinking with a lot of businesses going back next week on the 1st of June here in the UK and on the 15th of June, I was wondering, firstly I put a post, would you still be scrapping along with me on a Wednesday morning? And then the other question I asked was, would you like it to be a live class or a video class? So far, because I've had some lovely private messages from people saying how they're enjoying this and it's keeping them sane, which is what I wanted it to do. It's more having a bit of fun, isn't it, and doing some crafting. So reading the messages that I've had so far and the comments that on the post that I popped out this morning, what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to carry on with the page sketches, but they will go as a class with a video, but it will be for a very, very, very nominal fee. So if you want to carry on with the page sketch, it won't be live. It will be a video like this, step by step, and it will be for a nominal fee. Or, so yes, I should do that, and that will carry on, and you can still get that from my website. Okay, so that will carry on for people that want to do it, but there will be a small fee to pay. I'm only thinking of a couple of pounds, so it's not a lot. But however, I still want to carry on a free class because I know how much you ladies have enjoyed it, and it's great that some of you are scrapbooking where you never used to scrapbook before. So to do a free class on a Wednesday morning, I'm still thinking of doing it as a scrap along. Okay, so we'll do it like we have been here. So it'll be in real time. It will be live, and the only way it won't be live is if I'm working, and if I am working, obviously I'll let you know ahead of time and I will post as a video. But the aim is to do live because I think you're all enjoying live. Alright, so that will go ahead. But it won't have a page sketch for you to download. I will, however, on a Monday, whereas at the moment on a Monday morning, for those of you that know, I come on at 12 o'clock and I do a quick live telling you supplies you're going to need. Well, again, that all takes extra time up. So what I will do is I will video a supply list, and I will upload the supply list with an image of what we're going to do, so you can gather your supplies ready and join in with the scrap along live free on a Wednesday morning. So there's a couple of options. And the thing is, you can do both if you wish. So if you can't get to any classes at all, you can actually do both. Because you can do them at a time that suits you. Even the live, you know, I pop on my website afterwards. So you know that that's going to be there for you to go back and watch time and time again. And anybody new that's joining now knows that they can go back now and watch page sketch 1 and 2 quite easily. Okay, so not a problem at all. And then, so that's there to see. And then if you wanted to purchase the page sketch ones, they will be run like this, but you'll only get to see the video if you just pay that small fee, because it does take me the time to video, film them and get them all ready. Okay, so I hope that sort of gives you an idea of what I've got planned. Heather says that sounds good for her. She likes the idea of both. The nice thing is, Heather, you can choose whether you want to do them or not. So you can dip in and out, which is what I wanted to do. So I'm hoping it sort of suits everybody. I don't want people... I've enjoyed doing these scrap-alongs, and I don't want people to think, oh, now lockdown's over, we're not going to do it anymore. Because I would like to, because I've enjoyed doing them along with you all. So I was just trying to think of the best way out. So rather than doing them as the page sketch, we will still do a scrap-along live. I will give you a supply list, and you will make one 12x12 layout. Julie says she's up for all of that. Margaret says she is too. Dawn says yay, that's great, that's fantastic. Because there again, you see, Dawn lives in Australia. So she can't get to one of my classes, can she? So at least this way she can still join in. And I know there's Mo, Kerry, you know, there's lots of people that don't actually live nearby can still join in with the Scrap Along Lives. So Karen says yes, that suits her as well. So, right, so that's what I'm thinking of doing. So, on Monday, okay, I will put a post on my Facebook page as normal, but it won't be a live, all right? It will be just a video to show you what supplies you're going to need, all right? You may not know the layout, because this is the other thing. Emma's saying great. Jill's saying great. Have you got a gadget that I got free when you make those? No, I haven't got a gadget. No, I just do mine on the scoreboard. So I'm not going to put that disc on because I think it looks quite nice with the colour like that. So I'm just going to blob a bit more glue in there. No, I haven't got that gadget. So that is what I'm thinking of doing. The thing about the page sketches, to save my supplies as well, I'm not going to do the page sketch and put an image up for you on Monday. All I'm going to do is give you a supply list of what you're going to need and what type of photos you're going to need and what size you're going to need. Okay, so that sort of helps out, because then I'm going to do it totally with you live. All right, I'm not going to do a pre-run and make it ahead of time. Does that sound good? It'll be fun for all of us then, because I'll be doing it exactly how you're doing it. So that is my idea. So what I shall do, what did you all say then? Said I have that one. Oh, the scoreboard you mean? Yes, I've got all the scoreboards, you know me. I've got the Stampin' Up one. I've got the Crafter's Companion one. Heather says that sounds good. Dawn says she's looking forward to it too. Now, is that clear, or would you like me to do a little Facebook Live just explaining everything to everybody? I think what I'll do Monday is I'll come on live on Monday morning as usual at 12 o'clock. I'll do Monday morning as a live and explain what I've got, how we're going to work this through with lockdown easing. Does that sound quite good? It's not scary, Karen. Not scary. If you want to carry on with the page sketches like we've been doing, you can purchase that for a small fee from our website, and I'll send you the links for that. And if you want to still do a free scrap along on a Wednesday morning, I'll do you a little video of what you got to grab. 2 sheets of paper, 1 sheet of card, that embellishment, photograph that size. And then you just join me as you have been doing at 10:30. We'll craft along together. And again, I'll keep putting them in albums for you, so we can all still keep crafting. So I've finished. How have you ladies? Have you ladies all finished? Are we getting any thumbs up? Are we finishing? How are we doing? How are we doing? So that's mine. And I'm going to keep it just like that. I'm not going to put any more on it because it's a masculine page. So you see I've got my nice big pocket. So that big leaflet fits perfectly. And the other good thing about it is because you've got a big pocket, you can put lots of photos in. So you can make some more of these photos with the tops, look, and pop them in there as well. Okay, all fit perfectly. Okay, so let me bring mine together to show you. So I've done mine in all this mess. My craft room is such a mess. I really must clear it out. I've done mine as a double page layout, which I'm hoping you can all see amongst all the rubbish. Right, looking good. How do you put these into large albums? Right, Anne, what you need to do is you need to buy yourself an album with clear page protectors, and the page protectors have a slot at the top. I'm trying to think if I can find one free to hand in my craft room, and they're all downstairs. And what you do is you slide it in the top of the page protector, and then they just go back to back. Let me bring a big album down just to show you. I think this is the one that Mo got. I suggested to Mo to get. If you hear a bang, crash, wallop, it's because everything's falling on my head. Right. Here we go. Right. So this is Page Sketch 9. Works beautifully with Page Sketch 7 as a run through. And you've got your big pockets. Okay, so I hope you're happy with that. So, how do you put this into your big album? So, Anne was asking. Right. These are, or this is a scrapbook album. This is what's called a D-ring scrapbook album, as in you've got these office D-rings. So the page protectors here are 12 inches by 12 inches. Okay, so they slot in the pockets. So if I've got a free pocket here, I'm doing quite well with my sons, look. Getting all these pictures in, just slide that across there. So now this layout, let me move across a bit more. Ooh. Told you it could all go wrong. So this was last week's layout. So that now can slide into there. And that's what you keep it in. So what they are is they've got holes in the top of the pocket, and you just slide them in there. Okay, as you progress as a scrapbooker, you can then cut slits so you can access easily the extra photographs and things like that. So I hope that helps you out there. Joel says, where did you buy them from? This one actually came from Hobbycraft. Okay, but what I would say to you is do a search on the internet. So this is what's called a D-ring album. So this takes loads of pages, as you can see. I'll hold it up so you can see. Can you see how many pages are in there? That takes loads. So that's called a D-ring album. So the overall size of the album is a little bit bigger than 12 by 12 because you've got the big D-ring, but it means you can get more pages in. So this one came from Hobbycraft. I think they're normally about £20, £25. Best thing is to do a search on the internet, see where's got some cheap or any in a sale. If you're not too concerned about what the cover looks like, you can pick up some real bargains. That's the main thing. Okay. Jean says she's nearly finished. Right, Jules says that looks good. So, is everybody happy now? Have we all finished our page sketch 9? Oh, I haven't stuck my rosette down. Oh, is my hot glue gun still hot? Oh, just. I didn't put my rosette down. Silly me. It's down now. There we go. So that's me done. Okay. So, and that's absolutely fine. If there's any questions any of you have got about scrapbooking, this is where this is to ask, because there's lots of ladies on here watching and they can answer questions as well as I can, and sometimes they come up with some better ideas than I do, and that's the nice thing about it. Scrapbookers love to share. We do, don't we? So that's page sketch 9. So what I'm going to do is I will see you at 12 o'clock noon British Summer Time on my Facebook page with a supply list for your next scrap along. Okay, but it's not going to be a page sketch scrap along. I will explain both ways you can do it, or if you want to do both, you can do both. No problem at all. Okay, so I shall see you on Monday. Okay, so lots of love to you all. I'm going to send lots of hearts and care smiley faces to you all. Thank you all for tuning in with me and sticking with me. And we can carry on with scrapbooking or scrap-alongs after lockdown. As long as I've got enough of you watching and tuning in, I'm happy to keep going. Okay. So Julie says it's been brilliant again. You're absolutely welcome. Heather says fab time again. You're absolutely welcome, Heather. Love to you all. Stay safe. Be good. Enjoy some of that sunshine. Julie's going to be out there now sunning herself this afternoon. I know. So, and I'll see you on Monday. Okay. Emma says thanks. Thank you, Emma. Love to you all. And thank you. And have a look on my Facebook page for those posts and just leave your comments, please, because it helps me judge how I'm going to do things. You're welcome, Maxine. It has been fab, hasn't it? It's been lovely. Jill, thank you very much. Right, I'm going to sign off now because I'll get told off by Facebook. We've gone a bit longer than we should have done this time, but it doesn't matter. All good fun. Love to you all, ladies. Take care, and I will see you on Monday. Bye for now.